can we determine one's ability to translate his knowledge of technique into effective action? Okay, for you, Jen, the question might sound, a bit complex, but very simply, this is what she is asking here. How can we have all that knowledge, right? So let's say, for example, you've been learning how to start a business, etc., etc., and maybe you're getting coaching, and then with all this knowledge now, she's asking, how can I use this to be more effective when I start taking action? Yeah, so that's how I understand your question, Jen. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let me just watch if she tells me you're wrong. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm good. So that's basically what she's asking, right? So having all this knowledge now, this wonderful knowledge, how can I be effective when I take action? So it's interesting because to me, the only way is to take action, to try it and gain feedback, right? Gain feedback. So when you can get feedback, then that's how you know if whatever you took action, or whatever you did is actually helpful or it works for you. That is to me like the fundamental, like the very raw. I'm someone who likes to try out things. Second way of doing it is looking for someone who has already done it in the past and they actually have experience, whether it didn't work for them or it worked for them. At least you have a reference, right? So you can get information from them, like, actually it didn't work for them. Why? Understand why, or what's happening, and then from there you can make your own corrections, right? So those are the main two things how you can really know if it's effective, is get feedback from the market. Because even if you have a coach or a mentor that has done it before, that has experienced it before, your mentor or coach experience it with a different group of people, their own market, and you have in your business your own target market. So that is really just the best way to understand it. So when you do your own test, then you get direct feedback from your own clients, right? So I hope I answered that question, Jenny Lee. What did you trade to become the current version you are? And so the first time I saw this, I kind of like knew this is a very significant question, because when entrepreneurship is really a very challenging path, right? So I think I mentioned this in the past as well. Like sometimes it can be lonely, sometimes it's really challenging because we will behave differently from what people know, and there will be a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of people who will ask questions, and I actually traded a lot in order to be here after so many years. And life, like a normal life. So before I became an entrepreneur, I had a dream, a simple dream of having a family, a wife, a kid, a simple house, maybe a car, and just like that, like simple, happy, until my kids grow up, they go to school, then they grow old. That was like my dream before I became an entrepreneur. And when I became an entrepreneur, and when I failed, then those kind of like dreams fell apart. And so that's what I kind of like what I traded, that dream, that's very simple dream. And now I have something else, but honestly, I'll be honest with you, a part of my journey as an entrepreneur was really painful. And that's when I started to trade, like my old dreams to newer dreams. And I think it's really part of the process. And not to scare you if you want to start your own business, but because everyone's journey is different. That's kind of like my journey, and helped me grow to become a better person. It helped me look into how can I help other people, because before I was just thinking about myself. I was just thinking about how can I achieve my own dreams and like that simple life. And nothing wrong with that, by the way, nothing wrong with that. But I wasn't really thinking about like helping more and more people the way I'm doing it now. And if I can compare my life now to before, now my life is definitely much more meaningful, because every time I receive feedback from people that I helped, it just feels so good. So yeah, thank you for that question. So Duyan asks how to establish different types of culture in an organization. So I think I mentioned slightly. So for me, how you can establish this is really just, I think, one, it really starts from the top. Meaning, if you are the owner, if you are the entrepreneur, if you are the founder, whatever you want to call that, if you are the director, if you are really at the top, it starts from you. And the reason why it starts from you, because your employees look up to you and kind of like model what you do. And that's very critical. So you cannot just like anyhow behave inside your company. So you're the one who's supposed to model and show and demonstrate what it looks like to have that kind of company culture, right? So that's the first one. And then the second one is to, I would say, like, it needs to be very clear and connected to the values, the company values. So company values, basically, it's the question that you can ask is what is important for this company to achieve, right? So whatever those values are, like for example, your values in this company is like Google, right? Happiness. The values is creating a productive environment. So those are the values. And when it's very clear that you can connect the culture to those values, then it really helps. Then the third one, I think, you need consistency. Culture is not developed at one day, in one day, sorry. Culture is actually developed long term. So meaning you need to be really consistent. You need to show up like that. You need to demonstrate. Like for example, if you have a culture of some companies, small companies have a culture of the family, like they treat everyone like family, and you need to demonstrate that. You need to treat your employees, your business partners, whoever, like family. And when you always consistently show it like that, then it becomes the culture. So I think those three things. So one, it starts from the top, then it needs to be very clear and connected to your values, and then second is you need that consistency to do that for the long term, right? Thank you for that question.
Oh, hey there. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell button so you get updated of the new videos. See you in the next one.